On June 8th, a magnitude 7.8 earthquake struck off the coast of Mindanao near Sarangani, causing widespread destruction across the region. Buildings collapsed, roads were damaged, power outages were reported, and tsunami warnings were briefly issued across several countries in Southeast Asia. As of the latest reports, at least 53 people have been confirmed dead, more than 480 have been injured, and rescue teams are still searching damaged structures as authorities assess the full extent of the disaster. For many people outside the Philippines, a major earthquake of this scale might seem like a once-in-a-generation event. But for the people of Mindanao, earthquakes are an unfortunate reality they have learned to live with. Residents often experience tremors multiple times a year, with some strong enough to damage buildings and force evacuations. In fact, this isn't even the first major earthquake to strike Mindanao in recent years. The region experienced a magnitude 7.6 earthquake in late 2025, while other significant quakes have repeatedly affected southern Philippines over the past decade. A car was left overturned in a car park in Singapore's Woodlands, leaving many people asking the same question. How can a vehicle overturn in a place where you're only driving 15 kilometers per hour? Unlike highways, car parks are usually considered low-risk environments. A beloved celebrity dog in China has met a heartbreaking end, and the story has left millions of people devastated and furious. The 8-year-old border collie, Chutou, was an internet star with more than 1.5 million followers. Chutou became famous for accompanying his owner, travel influencer Guo, known as Shuhu, on road trips across China, appearing in videos from snowy mountains to remote deserts. Chutou was stolen from the family's farmland in Henan. Security footage reportedly showed two people taking the dog away on an electric scooter. What began as a missing pet case would soon become a national outrage. After tracing the suspects, Shuhu learned that Chutou had reportedly been sold for just $181, around $25 to a dog meat restaurant, where he was slaughtered and served before his owner could reach him. What made many people even angrier was the explanation reportedly given by the thief. He claimed Chutou was a stray, despite the dog wearing a collar and living on the family's farmland. Even more troubling, the road where Chutou was taken is a dead-end road, leading many online to believe that whoever took him knew exactly what they were doing. Yet the suspect reportedly insisted he had done nothing wrong. As if the loss itself wasn't painful enough, members of the suspect's family allegedly dismissed the tragedy by saying, "It's just a dog," and offered either another dog or 180 yuan as compensation. But how do you replace 8 years of loyalty, companionship, and unconditional love with another dog or a handful of cash? Refusing to accept any settlement, Shuhu has vowed to pursue legal action and seek justice for the companion who spent nearly a decade faithfully by his side. Imagine driving up a hill when suddenly an SUV loses control right in front of you. The vehicle skids through a curve and flips onto the road in seconds. Fortunately, the driver behind reacted in time, swerving to avoid what could have become a serious secondary crash. A reminder that road conditions can change in an instant, and staying alert can make all the difference. Imagine watching something worth millions go up in flames right before your eyes. That's exactly what happened at Singapore's Sentosa Cove, where the luxury yacht Eagle Wings 3 suddenly caught fire while docked at 115 Marina. Within minutes, thick black smoke filled the sky as firefighters rushed to contain the blaze. The 34-meter yacht was reportedly carrying around 13,000 liters of fuel, raising concerns about both the fire and its environmental impact. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, but the vessel was eventually left severely damaged and partially submerged. While the cause of the fire remains under investigation, the incident serves as a reminder of how quickly valuable assets can be lost. In just a few hours, a luxury yacht potentially worth millions was reduced to a charred wreck, and sometimes that's all it takes for years of investment to disappear. Millions of tourists visit Japan's Nara Park each year to meet its famous deer. But a recent video has sparked outrage online after a woman was seen repeatedly trying to sit on an injured deer for photos. According to local reports, the deer had previously suffered a leg injury and appeared to be trying to move away. The incident has reignited a conversation about tourist etiquette, because when we travel, we're not just visiting a destination, we're entering a place with its own culture, traditions, and wildlife. And in Nara, these deer are especially significant. For more than 1,300 years, they have been regarded as sacred messengers of the gods and are deeply respected by the local community. Many online have argued that no photo opportunity is worth causing distress to an animal, because good tourist etiquette isn't just about following rules, it's about showing respect to people, places, and the creatures that call them home. What do you think? Where should the line be drawn when taking photos with animals? Imagine witnessing thieves fleeing with stolen cables. Would you chase them? That's exactly what 3 motorcyclists in Penang did after spotting suspected cable thieves attempting to escape. The bikers pursued the suspects and helped draw attention to the incident, with the dramatic chase captured on video and widely shared online. While many have praised their bravery, the incident also raises a question. Would you risk your own safety to stop a crime or leave it to the authorities? An 85-year-old man from India's Bihar state has been sentenced in a case that began back in 1992. That's right, 34 years ago. At the time, he was a middle-aged man. Today, he's elderly and physically frail. After decades of legal proceedings, a court found him guilty in an attempted murder case and sentenced him to prison. The verdict has sparked debate online. Some say justice should be served no matter how long it takes. Others question whether a system that takes 34 years to reach a conclusion can truly be called justice. So what do you think? Is justice still justice after 34 years? At 5 a.m., a soldier risked being hit by traffic as he walked into the middle of a road. That's exactly what happened in Seoul's Dongdaemun district. Witnesses say the man appeared disoriented as he wandered into traffic before stopping a passing truck. When the elderly driver stepped out of his vehicle, reportedly trying to understand what was going on, the encounter took a violent turn. According to witnesses, the man suddenly pulled the driver away from the truck and onto the roadside pavement. What followed was a chaotic struggle that shocked everyone nearby. The driver, visibly caught off guard, was overpowered as the situation intensified. In the middle of the confrontation, the elderly driver managed to appeal to those around him, shouting for help as people rushed to call emergency services. Witnesses described the attacker restraining him and carrying out a physical assault that left bystanders frozen in disbelief. The soldier allegedly grabbed the driver, choked him from behind, and even bit his ear during the attack. When responding officers arrived at the scene, authorities say the man resisted arrest and continued acting aggressively toward police as they attempted to restrain him. Investigators later confirmed that the individual was an active-duty soldier who was on leave at the time of the incident. The case has since been transferred to military authorities who will handle further investigation and disciplinary procedures. But the incident has left many shaken. In the heart of a busy district, during what should have been an ordinary morning commute, a routine traffic moment spiraled into something far more disturbing, raising urgent questions about what triggered the breakdown and how such a situation could unfold so suddenly in public view. Thai police have dealt another major blow to Southeast Asia's cybercrime industry after raiding a luxury villa in Chiang Mai on June 8th and arresting a group of Chinese nationals allegedly linked to an online scam syndicate. According to investigators, the suspects had transformed the rented property into a fully functioning scam center, complete with computers, internet equipment, and workstations used to target victims online. Authorities believe the operation was part of a larger transnational criminal network operating across multiple countries. What stands out about this case is the location. In the past, scam syndicates often operated from large office buildings or dedicated compounds that could house hundreds of workers. But as authorities across Southeast Asia have intensified crackdowns, many groups have adapted. Instead of operating from obvious commercial locations, some are now moving into ordinary residential neighborhoods, renting luxury villas, houses, and apartments to blend in with local communities and avoid detection. To an unsuspecting neighbor, it might look like a group of wealthy tenants working from home. Behind closed doors, however, investigators say these properties can serve as bases for highly organized fraud operations, targeting victims around the world. The shift reflects how quickly these criminal networks evolve. Thailand, Cambodia, Myanmar, and Laos have all become key battlegrounds in the fight against online scams, with syndicates constantly changing tactics whenever law enforcement closes in. Investment scams, romance scams, and impersonation schemes continue to generate millions of dollars in illicit profits each year. For the public, the Chiang Mai raid is a reminder that these operations are no longer confined to remote compounds hidden from view. They can be operating next door, disguised as an ordinary household. While this raid may have shut down one scam center, it also highlights the challenge facing authorities as cyber criminals become increasingly mobile, adaptable, and difficult to detect. Thank you for watching. What do you think about these stories? Comment below. Follow Asia Viral News for more updates.